educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the August 4th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. A bit more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Would love to hear from you at 877-927-6648. Now, if you can't call in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside that subject heading, just like Alton, Nicholas, and Tim have done, please put radio show question. And, of course, inside our Tigers, Dental, any. And every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, I got a bit of a mixed bag out there. You got the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Russell trading lower. 138. 9, 1, and 5 points respectively. The semis are up 10 points. The tranny's up 69. You've got gold trading out at $1807.60. That's up $31.20. Light sweet crude is off $2.50. Silver is up 24 cents. Natural gas is back 8 pennies. 30-year Treasury up 19 ticks. 143.14 is the print there. Leading the charts dollar-wise, the upside. That's a big move. Mercado Libre up $142. That's a 16% banger. EPAM Systems up $41 or 11%. Chemocentrics up 110%, 26. We've got some movers. We've also got some shakers. 34% to the downside for SciTime Corporation. Don't know if that's how you say it, but it's off $72. Palo Alto Networks down 6% or $32. Booking Holdings off 1 7/10% or $33. U.S. Physical Therapy needs some real therapy. It's down 25%. It's off 31 buckaroonies. And Medifast is off $27 or 15% to the downside. So we certainly have some movers and we have some shakers out there. But to begin the day, let's go take a look at what's going on in these markets out here. Let's start by taking a look at the ES mini charts out here. So we're going to change screens. We're going to go to an 8-panel screen. We've got monthly, daily, weekly, and some of those intraday time periods. So in the upper left, let's start with the monthly. What do we know? We know the ES mini has a nice TD9 count top. Took price right back to support. That was at 3678.25. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart has a confirmed, you can't really see it that well, but it's a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. That formed the week of June 24th when it formed a bull sash candle out there. Now, price is likely targeting this descending trend line, so we're up near a resistance level. If we take a look at the daily time frame, today is going to become, or should become, or may become bar number 7. In order to become bar number 7 of a TD9 count, price is going to need today to close above 4132.50. We're at 4148. So there's a possibility that this will go on and complete a TD9 count top between tomorrow and Tuesday of next week out there. Too early to call on that one. But we do know if we got a bearish reversal candle, that would confirm the Gartley sell pattern. That would confirm the sell, the D point. All right, so we've got that covered. Now let's look at the intraday charts. We have a TD9 count Rhodes momentum indicator top on the 30-minute time frame chart. I don't have a valid bottoming pattern out here. Of course, I could take that back. I see an A to B equals CD right now, so I take that back. Stevie didn't mean what he just said because actually, well, yeah, no, there's an A to B equals CD pattern. The A to B would have been from, yeah, so I'm not going to draw it in there. So there's a valid bottoming signal out here, and that formed with that piercing candle at 11 o'clock this morning. So that low, 41.36, even Steven, is an important level to watch. You've got a topping pattern, a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on the 60-minute time frame. Price is now perhaps the second bar, depends on the close at 2 o'clock, below the bottom of that bearish structured profile. So that could be signaling a further move lower. You've got a TD9 count top on the 2-hour time frame chart, as well as a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. You've got a TD9 count top on the 240-minute time frame chart. And depending on where price closes at 2 p.m. on the 5-hour chart, you would also have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. You would not get and you might get a TD9 count pattern. In order for the 5-hour chart to do that, price is going to need to close above 41.5250. But you just might get that bearish reversal candle regardless. So what this is telling us on the intraday time period out here, what the ES Mini is trying to do is work its way lower. It hasn't taken out any real key levels of support out there, but maybe telling us about an impending turn out there. It would tell us more if we saw these key areas of support fall. So where is the key area of support, Stevie? Great question out here. So I'd say one of those key levels, I'm going to open up the 5-hour time frame chart here. Might give us more information. What I'm looking for is, has price closed below the bottom of a 5-hour profile? And the answer is, since about 2 o'clock on July 14th, so we're now, August the 4th out there, there was only one close and was for 1 bar below the bottom of its profile. So I think that is what we're going to use as our change in trend signal. Now, it's a nice bullish structured profile for the 5-hour time frame. So what this tells us, if we were to see a close below 40.93, 2 5-hour closes below 40.93, then that's going to suggest a potential change in trend, but certainly would suggest price pulling back to 39.51 and a quarter. So it bears watching, because like on the monthly, the weekly time frame, we don't have any kind of topping signals out here, nor do we on the daily just yet. The daily, quite frankly, is bullish. Why? Price is above its green oscillator and change line. You had a new profile that completed a couple of days ago that was below price. Those are all bullish signals out there. But the intraday time period charts, 30, 60, 120, 240, and 5-hour, are all saying be careful out there. Let's go take a look at the NQ. Let's do the same thing out here. Now, what's not going on inside the S&P or the ES Mini, at least from the 60, well, in any time frame that is, here is the here's our market breadth. Let's just look at the market breadth for the 60-minute time frame. And on a 60-minute basis, 203 instruments are trading above the top of a 60-minute profile, 171 below the bottom. So you need to see that shift and change as well to give you a signal of a potential top out there. So that was for the ES Mini or the S&P 500. Let's do the same thing here and take a look at the NQ. We won't have time to do it all before the break, but we'll get these charts up on our screen out here. Really what we can do here before the break is, what do we have on the intraday charts? TD9 count top on the 30-minute. Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on the 60-minute. TD9 count and Rhodes Momentum Indicator on the 120. Looks like you've got a, potentially on the 240, depends on the closeout here. You may have you've got wave number 7, you got letter G, so that's a top. And the 5-hour also in a TD9 count top. So this says, the markets are telling us, just time to be cautious and careful out here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the markets move lower. But the intraday charts, haven't taken out any key levels of support. By the way, on the NQ, I'd say that level would be 13.215.60. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In a time of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve in a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risk partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our first request out here from inside the Tiger's Den. This has come from Coda. Wants to take a look at the SWAV one, SWAV, that is Shockwave Medical out here. It's in an A to B equals CD pattern right now with the 1-to-1 price projection in the 235 level. We can see that price has been able to successfully take on its TD9 count breakdown area at 216.79, and now price is dealing with its 100% move by getting back to the swing point from April the 12th. Now, what we can also see out here, that's the daily time frame. We can also see out here is 223.15 and 225.39 are the battleground levels for this stock here, Coda. Those are the top of the weekly, the top of the monthly profiles. That's where the snipers are hanging out. So you know this is the battlefield. This is our football field, if you will. And so there's a goal line stance in that 223, 225 level. And if the Bulls can get the ball over that line, then likely you get at least that completion of that 1-to-1. You may go beyond the 1-to-1. Looks to me like that B to C retracement was less than a 0.618 retracement. That's just visually what it looks like to me out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at the SWAV one. So you're just up against the battle at resistance. So best of luck to you there. You also wanted to take a look at the natural gas contract. So let's go look at the September natural gas contract. We'll get our charts over there. And in natural gas, there we go, Stevie. Let's get it up here. So we've got our 8-panel natural gas charts. What do we know? Monthly time frame had a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator. Top price has support at its oscillator change line. It's green. It's above the top of its weekly profile, and that it signals neutral to bullish. The weekly time frame. Weekly time frame formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price is back above its green oscillator and change line. As long as price remains above 7.968, price should continue to move higher. It's also above the top of its bearish structured weekly profile, so that suggests moving higher. Now, what price did was it ran into resistance on the daily time frame, Coda, and that was at the TD9 count breakdown level of $9.13. That sent price back to test its green oscillator and change line, which it did 4 days ago, it did 3 days ago, it did yesterday, and it's done today. So it's really testing a key level of support, but you've got resistance. This is a slightly bearish structure daily profile. So you have sellers that are sitting at $8.44. And you've got a bunch of sellers sitting at $9.17 out there. So you're up into a sell zone out here. From an intraday perspective, what do we have? You've got a 30-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Took price back to the support of its profile, and now price is testing its green oscillator and change line. So price needs to close above $8.20 out there to suggest on a 30-minute basis that price wants to move higher. TD9 count pattern on a 60-minute time frame. I don't know why price found support where it did from a 60-minute chart, but we can see that on the 30-minute time frame out there. So those are the two topping signals that I see out here. You'd like to see price get back above those green oscillator and change lines for natural gas to get on its merry way to continue to move higher. So I hope that helps you out with regard to natural gas and the SWAV. Let's go to our next question that came in. This one coming in from Tim M. Tim wrote in, can we please take a look at Harmony Bioscience? So let's get back to those charts out here, the 3-panel chart that is. This is not a really liquid instrument. I don't believe that it is, but let's go take a look. Its here symbol there, by the way, folks, is HRMY. So I'll take just a couple of moments here to populate. You're welcome, Coda. So this is, so the question is, please take a look at Harmony Biosciences. Is this pullback going to create an entry for a long position on the daily or weekly level out here? So when we take a look at this, the first thing is trying to figure out what's going on. If I can figure out some kind of pattern here on the daily time frame. So let's start with the daily. In the daily, what do we have? We have a lot of schizophrenic action out here. So the A to B equals CD pattern. I'm going to just draw on the A to B, and then we're just simply going to move that. So there's the A, that's the A to B. Here's the C to D leg out there. So it's completed that. And the first time we see really a bearish reversal candle would have been yesterday, so to speak. And it's below the, and right now you've just got a consolidation. So Tim, your question was, does the move lower create a potential entry for the daily or weekly time frame? So the answer to that question could be yes. Oh, geez, thanks, Stevie. What do you mean could be yes? The reason I say could be yes, I don't have a pattern. You didn't ask if there was a pattern. You asked if that might be an entry point. And so, yes, pulling back to a level of support can be an entry point. And it's a bullish level of support that was tested yesterday. So it's a bullish structured profile. The bullish area is between the range of 49.62 and 50.40. Now, what happened yesterday? Price also got up and tested the top of its daily profile. That's at 52.72. Failed to get above it. Tested that level this morning, failed to get above it. So right now it looks like what you have is a good old-fashioned consolidation. That's between the areas about 49.50 or so, up to about 56 and change, maybe 57 out there. So yeah, you could buy the bottom of that consolidation if price gets back to that 49.62 level. So that's what the daily chart is communicating to us. You also asked about the weekly chart. And on a weekly time frame out here, what do we have? Not much. We have price above the green oscillator and change line. That suggests that it wants to make a move to $54, but we know that you've got resistance at 52.72. So price could close above 53.12. Then price is going to make a run for the 54 area. So I'd watch the daily time frame out there. Does the weekly give you any entry position? And the answer is no. If we had two bars that had closed above the top of the weekly profile, then I would have said yes, because it's a bearish structured profile, and you would say at about the 49.81 is where a counter trend move would end. It was only one bar that closed above it. It still could be an area where a counter trend move would end, 49.81. It's just not as solid to say that. But in summary, your buy points would appear to be, based upon this chart, without any kind of bottoming pattern for a daily or weekly, but between 49.62 and 49.81. So I hope that helps you out, Tim. Thanks so much for the request, and have a terrific Thursday out there. Next question coming in from Nicholas. And Nicholas writes in, he says, good morning, Steve. Good morning back to you. What is Uvxy looking like? TD9 bottom near, entry point, question. Appreciate any comments you might have. So the first thing that we need to know about with regard, in order for us to go take a look at UVXY, is what? We need to know what's inside it. So here, as of the close yesterday, the holdings with inside UVXY, August 3rd, were a portion of the August 2022 VIX contract and the September 2022 VIX contract. Those are the two contracts that you need to take a look at in order to make a determination with regard to what UVXY is telling us. So we just first wanted to do that. Each person should do that. Now what we need to do is pull up the charts. So let's go pull up the charts for the VIX out there. And if you give me a moment here, we'll switch over to that. Where is it? Here we go. So here are our VIX charts, or our UVXY charts. Here are the two contracts. So, by the way, August made up 43% of the weighting, 57% of the weighting in the September contract out there. Now, I'm going to leave these charts up on my screen. I want you to focus on the UVXY chart in the upper right. What level does price need to close above to suggest that there is a potential for a rally mode out there? I think that Nicholas answered that question for us. All we have to do is look at that chart, and then we can give him, we'll be right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, Butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're exploring a chart here for UVXY. Of course, we were looking at the two futures contracts that make up that position. But one of the things that I noticed as we were going to break, to try to answer Nicholas's question, he's looking for an entry. I'll do that in a moment. Okay, so if we take a look at UVXY and take a look at price here, really since, let's get the cursor out here. Ever since the trading day of June 22nd, price has been below that red oscillator and change line. So what I would say, Nicholas, and anybody else out there that might be interested in trading UVXY, You'd like to see a close above that oscillator change line. Now, presently at 1:30 in the afternoon, that's printing out at 1066. So that would be one thing I'm looking at. With regard to the two contracts that make up UVXY, do we see any kind of a bottom signal out here? The answer is no. We can also see that prices below the oscillator and change line for both those contracts as well. So the UVXY falling along with that. So I hope that helps you out, Nicholas, and anybody else that was listening in. We've got a caller. Let's go give me a moment here to see who we've got here. We got Brent in Martinez, California. Hey, Brent, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for holding. I didn't see the call, but I appreciate that. And I believe you want to take a look at ticker symbol AG. Is that correct?
Yeah, First Majestic. And if you don't mind, if we could look at gold and silver, but this is a silver mining company, and I think they had their earnings today. And the one thing I'm looking at is the on the daily, it looks like we're breaking that or getting above that swing point.
Yes, with volume.
So that would, I guess, confirm the AB equals CD. And so if you could project what that is and anything else that you see that might make sense.
Okay, so what Brent is taking a look at, he's looking at the swing point from about 3 days ago, August the 2nd. That high was 789. There was 5 million shares that traded that day, and right now we're at 5 million shares. So you've got a confirmed, what we like to say, a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern around here. So the A point is going to be the low from July 25th. The high is going to be from 2 days ago, August the 2nd. And then the low would be yesterday's low out there. That was about a 40% retracement. So it qualifies for that B to C. We like to see at least a 0.382 retracement there. So Brent, the one-to-one price projection area is $8.83. Chances are this will do more than a one-to-one A to B equals CD for two reasons, or maybe three reasons. The first reason is that retracement was a 40% retracement, so well below a 0.618 retracement. So it tells us about a strong coiled up move that should take us beyond the one-to-one level. So more likely this is going to go target 926, 981, 1041 would be the areas. The second reason is because this has a nice explosive move off of the C point. So you've got a wide-ranging bar, and you've got some volume, and you're easily along the left side of that C to D leg out there. So from a daily perspective, you do have that confirmed A to B equals CD, and this qualifies as one of those instruments that should do more than the one-to-one. It's not a guarantee, but it's a pretty good feel that it should do more than a one-to-one. So any questions about that so far that we've shared?
No, I appreciate that, Steve. I have the October call options that I bought when it was at its low, so I would like to hold them, and it sounds like that's worth doing. It's always tempting when you have a day like today to take some off the table, but I'd like to hopefully let it go a bit longer.
Yeah, and a reason to keep this going a bit longer. So you can't see it on the black background chart, but there was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator pattern that was present and a wave number 7, letter G, at that low on July 25th. And then you had the nice bullish reversal candle. You had a nice bull sash candle on the trading day of July 26th. So that confirmed those bottoming patterns. And now with this nice A to B equals CD and taking out that B point with volume, and you're now trading above the top of its weekly profile. And I don't know where it will close tomorrow, but you would like to see this close above 809. That's the top of its bearish structured profile. If you do get a close above that, that would really signal to you that, it makes sense to stay with the trade out there. I don't really see anything to help us out on the monthly profile, no bottom pattern or anything along those lines. I don't actually have a bottom pattern that I see. Well, let me pull this back a bit. Yeah, I don't really have a bottom pattern. I mean, there's an A to B equals CD for the weekly time frame, but the reality is when price closes above the top of a profile, that's giving us a message of a potential change in trend signal out here. No, I can't. That's not even the A to B equals CD. So the actual A to B, let me just, so Brent, any questions about so far what I've shared?
No, I think that's it, Steve.
Perfect. So I was going to do the A to B equals CD to the downside here, and this is just kind of a little bit of some help perhaps for folks that do the A to B equals CD patterns out here. Now, originally I was looking at the C point being the high from November 8th, but that high is 1467. But then I see there might be a higher high, and there's not. It's 1459. Okay, so that is 1467 is the C point of the A to B equals CD to the downside. So it would look like this, folks out there. I thought visually it looked to me like that was that what I was using was not the high. So this actually has a 1-to-1 that would take us down to, well, actually would take us down to $1.11. But again, as long as price closes above the top of its weekly profile, that's good enough to signal that there's a change in trend message out there. So, hey, Brent, I made you hold to get on the call, and then I made you hold to get off the call. Not very courteous of me. I'll make
I
it
didn't
up
really hold long, Steve.
You did.
Yeah, if you could, maybe we can. I can even go off and listen or whatever. Just the gold and silver.
Absolutely. So let's go switch over. Take a look at the charts for gold here. So give me a moment. We'll get there. So here are
talk about that 1805 level, but it would be nice to get above.
Absolutely. And that 1805, folks, that is the daily TD9 count top. So that is this chart. I'll just simply expand out on it. That is this chart right here. And a close above that would then signal that price should make its way up to 1868.50. That would be its TD9 count breakdown area. So again, we're traded 1807. At close above 1805 negates that sell signal and suggests that we head up at least to the 1868 level. That's coming from the daily time frame. The weekly time frame says, you know what, Stevie, before you get up to that 1868 level, you've got to take out the red oscillator and change line for the weekly time frame chart. So the next real battle, assuming that price can close above 1805, Brent, is going to be at the 1820-ish area out there. And that's coming from that weekly oscillator and change line level. As I look to the intraday charts out here, you've got a TD9 count top on a 60-minute that was negated as we came on the air at 1 o'clock, so that's good. You do have a TD9 count pattern that's going to complete at 2 o'clock on the 2-hour time frame chart. I don't have anything negative on the 240 or the 5-hour time frame chart. Price is actually taking out their Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. So we have a bit of a mixed signal out here. The real mix is really coming from that 2-hour time frame. So I'd say that's the time frame chart that you'd be watching perhaps later in the day or overnight for some kind of signals, because this bar is going to close at 2 p.m., Brent. I don't know what that high is going to be, but if price does close above that, that pattern gets negated and then says, okay, you've got that strong upward momentum move. But again, 1821 is going to be where the next battle would be for gold. Any questions about the gold charts?
No, that's great, Steve. And so far it's working. I know we talked a couple weeks ago and it was making that bottom, and so far it's working, not too badly, and just keep following it and see what it does.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess then the last thing then with regard to gold here, we're going to go to break here momentarily. I'll just change over to you. Although you didn't ask for it, it's one of the things that we certainly want to take a look at. In order for gold to really have its legs out there, folks, we need to see it rising in all the major currencies. And that's what this chart tells us. Here we can see gold moving higher in U.S. dollars, moving higher in euros, moving higher in yen, and moving higher in pounds. So it does look like the rally is on, Brent.
All right. Thank you very much, Steve. Have yourself a great day and a great weekend. And always appreciate your help.
You too. That was Brent in Martinez, California. We'll be right back, folks.
TFNN has been your trusted source of analysis for bonds, metals, stocks, commodities, and options for years. And we are happy to announce that we are bringing that same caliber of analysis for the Forex market. Teddy Keckstad has 30-plus years of experience in Forex trading, commodity risk management, Forex hedging, volatility, and so much more. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex report every Monday morning with elite coverage of all major currency pairs, including the DXY, Euro dollar, Pound dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar yen, dollar Swiss franc, and so much more. Teddy will recommend specific trades when the market presents them and provide updates throughout the week when warranted. For the month of July, inaugural members to the Tiger Forex Report will receive 25% off the monthly subscription for as long as they're subscribed. Just use promo code TEDDY25 to lock in the added savings. This offer is good only for the month of July, so do not miss your opportunity to save on the Tiger Forex Report. TFNN, educating investors.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 58. Otherwise, the other indices are trading upside. S&P up slightly, up 1 point. Nasdaq's up 39. The Russell is is truly at break even as we speak. Hey, by the way, there's going to be, we're making a couple of programming changes here. So just wanted to be able to share that with you. Our good friend Larry Pesavento, who does the 11 to 12 show, has asked to move to later in the afternoon. He said that's going to make it a bit easier for him, and I'm happy to do anything I can to help out Larry. So I'm going to swap with him. That's going to begin on Monday. So if you tune in on Monday at 1 o'clock, you'll hear Larry's beautiful voice. And if you're looking for me, then you need to turn in a watch out at 11 o'clock, between 11 and 12. Of course, you can catch the archives of that out there. So that change goes into effect on Monday. Now, tomorrow, I'll be recording the show between 8 and 9. Just I've got a travel schedule later on that morning, so I'll get that show recorded then. There is a slight possibility that I won't be here on Monday or Tuesday to be able to do a show. Right now, I think it's pretty slight out there, but Larry's going to be doing the 1 to 2 o'clock segment, and again, I'll do the 11 to 12 show then. Okay, so let's get to, we've got a bunch of requests in here. Let me see if I get through everything before the end of the show. This first one coming in from Alton. Alton is asking about Tellurian, Tell is a ticker symbol. Do you think this is a good longer-term buy? And if so, where do you think a good entry point would be? So let's go take a look at the actual chart itself. That would be helpful. So is it a good buy? Longer term. Longer term. For longer term, so you're asking longer term. I'm going to switch panels out there because otherwise, I always like to, I'm really just the narrator here reading the charts. So from a longer term perspective, here's what we know. And I'm referring to the monthly time frame chart, Alton. You've got a nice TD9 count bottom. I take that back. That was not actually a low out there, but this did form a TD9 count top out here. Bar number 8 was the high. That high was never closed above. And so is it a good buy? Is it a good long-term hold? Look, if you want to try to enter this, the best entry area would be about $2.66. That was a low from last week. That's also the bottom of its bullish structured monthly profile out there. So you may have to wait a bit, but the weekly chart says that is a possibility. First, the weekly chart says, hey, I may not get down there. I might get down to the 266 level. 295 level. 295 is the bottom of its bullish structured weekly profile. And 297 is the bottom of its daily profile. So, yeah, on a daily basis, you've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, price trading below the oscillator and change zone, which is red. That says, hey, I might want to head lower. So 297 would be your area to go ahead and take a potential trade. Is it a great long-term trade? I think right now it's just a trade at this stage here. But that would be your entry point, Alton, at least at this stage of the game. Now, price is pulling back with volume. And what I mean by volume, if price is pulling back into that 297 level, and it's doing it with more than 17 million shares, then that is not the buy. 17 million shares is the swing point volume from July the 6th. That's that swing point low that's out there. So that's the other area to watch. And watch as price approaches 303. That's the high of that candle. If volume is picking up, then that's really not what you want to see to take an entry there. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for the request, Alton. The next question coming in from K. K.I. Hello, Steve. I'm a new listener, and I wanted to ask you about AMD and PayPal long term. So let's get AMD up on the chart out here, AMD, and thanks for being a new listener. And but now on Monday, please listen at 11 o'clock. Or listen to the archive out there. So you're looking for, if you have time, looking 4 to 5 years down the road. Wow. What's your take on that? I'm not that good to tell you 4 to 5 years from now. But let's take AMD one step at a time. What's the daily time frame chart telling us? The daily time frame chart is telling you and I don't have any kind of topping signal. You can see an A to B equals CD pattern out here. Make sure I'm in the white background charts. I am. The A to B point looks like this. Oh, shoot, I was on the wrong screen. Let's try that again. Control function 2. Oh, I got the wrong thing. There we go. Just function 2 out here. So here's our A to B point, and I'll just simply move that over to the C point out here. Give us that price projection area. That, of course, that's just the one-to-one price projection area, which gets us right back to where we're at today. But would I sell this? No. You got a wide-ranging bar. I don't have any kind of topping signal. But we do have resistance at 105.85 out there. If I look at the, so would I buy this right now? No. Because you're approaching a resistance, you're in bar number 6 of a TD9 count. Bearish reversal candle would confirm a sell the D point. That would take price back to the oscillator and change line, which is currently at the 92.55 level, saying to me we'd likely get back to 94.43 if we did get that pattern out there. So I'd be patient on that. As I look at the weekly time frame out here, it looks to me like AMD is kind of doing what most of the markets are doing right now, which, we may have a rally that lasts through September. I've shared this with folks, especially if you're listening on the Monday slot that I do with Tom at about 3:30 or so forth. So we've covered that. If you haven't heard that review, you probably should go back and take a look at that. The last couple of Mondays out there, it's loaded with information. Just subscribe to the newsletter, and you'll get those charts that go along with it. But just to answer your question about long term, what is Stevie expecting? So what I'm expecting, I'm waiting for the signals to show. I'm expecting a rally, which I've covered, that should take us in through September. That's a normal 2-month knee-jerk reaction in a bear market out there. And then I expect the Nike swoosh. Nike swoosh will take us back to the current lows out there, may take out those lows. And it may take until the time periods to be looking at would be the February time period in 2023 or October of 2023 for that low to likely unfold. So, I think what we've got here is just really a nice counter trend rally working off what was an oversold condition out there. And it just wants to get everybody in the mind thinking that this is a major, major bottom out there. Now, it could be, but I don't think that it is. And the reason why it could be is because as things get worse in Europe, that capital is going to have to flow somewhere, and likely that capital will flow to us. You asked about PayPal as well. Let me put the ticker symbol up here, PYPL, on the screen. Sorry for the bloviating out there, but hey, it is what it is. Now, with regard to PayPal, I think this is a bit on fire out here. So the entry point has been missed, but let's try to figure out what's going on from a pattern standpoint. So, formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom right back here, wave number 7. That was on June the 30th. You got an A to B equals CD to the upside. That has not confirmed a sell signal out here. PayPal is above the weekly profile. It looks like it wants to continue higher. TD9 count on the monthly time frame. So what PayPal wants to do is set up to the 146.37 level. The question is, where would you enter? If this could close the gap. What I mean by that is price could pull back to the top of the gap, which would be at 90.67. That might be an entry area out there. Or you'd really have to dive down into the intraday charts, KI. to figure that out. But right now, as far as an entry point into PayPal, if you can get back into that gap, that might be your entry into it. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for listening to the show, being a new listener, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again. David H. writes in, and David says, can you give me an update on a buy point for CEX? CEX is the ticker symbol. So let's get that up on the screen out here. We're about to go to a break. Let's see if we get these things, screen here fired up. You mailed about the stock about a week ago and asked about a buy point. You said you'd like to see it come back to the 379 area one more time. So now as we take a look at it, you've got CEX at 432. Let's answer this question when we get back to the break.
Vista Gold owns and operates the largest undeveloped gold project in Australia, the Mount Todd Gold Project. Vista Gold just completed their feasibility study, resulting in a 7 million ounce gold reserve. Vista Gold has all major permits approved and has retained CIBC capital market assistance in evaluating alternatives and in completing an accretive transaction. Vista Gold trades on the NYSE American and TSX under the ticker symbol VGZ. Vista Gold, executing a strategy to create shareholder value.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So David's asking about CEX, ticker symbol here is CX. It's in an A to B equals CD. To the upside, it's not confirming the C point was passed with light volume. It is trading with light volume. None. The A to B equals CD price target would be $4.48. Top of the weekly profile at 456. So I don't suggest that you chase this here, David. As far as where a retracement or where we'd look for an entry point, let's let this finish its top. I can't guarantee that it's going to top at 448, by the way. But if you do get a bearish reversal candle at or near that area, that will confirm a sell the D point, Gartley sell, and then we should come back to it to take a look at it. So I do hope that helps you out. Let's go to our next question. This is coming in from Greg M. And Greg wants to take a look at an A to B equals CD and the CF out here. So let's put CF up on our screen. And would you use the July 14th low or the July 21st low? I would use the low out here from the trading day of July 14th. That is the low of the pattern. That becomes our A point out here. So we use that as our A point. Our B point here is going to be the high from the trading day of July 28th. And then the C point is going to be the low from August the 1st. That was what was that retracement? Only a 27% retracement. So, you like to see about at least a 0.382. So it's a questionable A to B equals CD pattern. But nonetheless, let's go with it. The B point out here had volume of 2.1 million shares. Today, you are at 1.2 million shares. So looks like it might have the volume. You're above the top of a bearish structured daily profile. The price target would be 110.40 out there. So we're just asking about the A to B equals CD, what I would use for swing points. So you've got that information for you. So Greg, thanks much for writing in. I do hope that helps you out. The next question is from Dennis G. Dennis wants to take a look at two stocks. We only have time for one, and that is for PANW out here. So that is, give us a moment to get over to those screens. Let's take a look at this instrument. What is your question? What does it look like near term out here? Right now, you are consolidating with inside its daily profile. That's between the range of 486 and 525.67. Folks, stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear's up next. After that, Tom O'Brien take us home. Please join me tomorrow at 8 o'clock sharp for the Trader's Edge Show. Take care. Have a terrific Thursday.